Hey YouTube, yeah, this half bottle of bucky on a Sunday night's a much better idea than having a whole bottle. Definitely. Pretty much the same result, apart from I don't feel pure dead today, which is good. So, there are now 3 Ibanez RGs in the room. Can you point them out? That's alright, that's a base, you know it's not that one. 3 RGs in the room today. 3, 2, 1. 1 RG140. 2 RG470. 3 RG530. There's 2 decoys. So there's my PGM, not an RG, it's a PGM. Not an RG, it's a Gem Junior. GEM. So this is the Steve I one, and yes, it's got a handle, so you can do that, which you can't do with a normal guitar. What I have to say is, Steve I's got awfully wee hands, because my hand doesn't really fit in that hole. It's kind of like, it's just sort of like, it's a little bit like, you know those plastic things you get, I think you get like extensions, you used to always see it. The sort of thing you'd get in the pound shop, you know, like for carrying bags so you don't get a sore hand. It's kind of like that, but it's just not the right size for my hand at all. And I'm assuming that, you know, this is an official Ibanez, so okay, there is a gem that's that's thousands of pounds, like a Japanese one with DiMarzios and all that. This is the affordable version, I suppose. I don't know how much they cost new. There are a couple of folks selling these in Japan for like $1,000, but I had a wee scout on eBay, and they're kind of sort of 350, 400 quid, something like that. I didn't really look at them very closely, so this one might have been a lot more than that. This is my pals. Because it's in quite good condition. It was pretty dirty though, but I mean I cleaned it up. And it's got 8s on it. 8s, yeah. But I mean, to be fair, the Floyd Rose adjusted relatively easily. There's a thing that some of these guitars have. See these 2 slots? Oh, I like that. That's a good thing, these 2 slots. It means you can adjust the trem without having to take the back plate off, which is fair enough on a Strat or something. That's not super important because you kind of need to take the back off to get the strings out anyway. I mean, I've done it before, but normally for the 30 seconds it takes you to take the back plate off and then 20 seconds to put it back on again, so almost a minute, trying to poke the strings through the hole and to get them come out the back of the block and then come through the hole in the back of the Strat block. I don't even have a Strat kicking about that's got holes in the back. I don't know if this one will have, I'd imagine. Aye, see these holes, the problem is the block's sitting half an inch below that, so when you poke the string through from the top, if it comes out in a straight line, it comes out the hole, easy. They're not going to come out in a straight line. Not all 6. It's almost guarantee it, so I'm pretty much guaranteeing that out of the 6, so I was saying it takes roughly a minute to take the back plate off and then put it back on again. Adds to if one of those strings doesn't come out the hole, it could easily take you an extra minute to get it out as you sit and poke it with a cocktail stick or whatever, however you're going to try and get it out. If 2 of them don't come out the hole, then you're definitely quicker taking the back plate off. But this is a Floyd Rose, so this goes in from the top anyway. You don't put the strings into the back. Yeah, so we've got, so it's a Gem Junior 1P02 I-17, so a 2017 Indonesian guitar. So we have got a very red, which I like, rosewood fingerboard. So it's got a lovely colour to it. If it was cleaner, it's a kind of similar sort of colour to what's on that. Or it's a sign of, I don't know. I mean, there's obviously different species of. I'm assuming it's rosewood. Looks like it, but it's a kind of redder rosewood rather than a browner one. See, they're both kind of more of a grey brown rather than a red brown. This is more of a red brown. Well, maybe that one's a bit of a red brown as well. Yeah, whatever way around it goes. So we've got, I think this is the Wizard 2 neck, which is satin finished. Which these are both gloss finished because they're 25 years old. Got a Floyd Rose, it's just an Ibanez branded Floyd Rose. It's in Cosmo Black, which is this trem bar is only temporary because it's actually the one out of my Paul Gilbert. So I've told them I've got my pal to order one. I measured it, it's the 6mm one it takes. I think they're all kind of the same. Assuming it says 6mm on it, it'll fit. I did notice you can actually get the actual sort of. I was looking up completed listings. It's just been having a wee nosy, see how much my pal paid for it. But I don't think he got it on eBay because I couldn't find one. Couldn't find it. Some of them selling for £15 for like a real one, like an Ibanez one. But I don't think you get it in Cosmo Black. Actually, I think the Paul Gilbert's Cosmo Black as well. It is. In fact, these are all. Cosmo Black is this. You can see that that's what it looks like. You would kind of almost say it was black just now because this one's only a few years old. Whereas by the time it gets to this, so if you look at the tuners, you can see that they're this Cosmo colour, which is it's sort of somewhere between black and chrome. It kind of goes chrome. It rubs off quite easily, so it ends up sort of chrome, but not actually chrome. So that was I got a message back. I can't remember what colour what colours a bridge of a trem bar should I buy? It's like, well, you want a Cosmo Black one, but if you're buying a cheap one, you can only get it in black or chrome or gold. So I would probably go for black because it kind of looks right. I'm generally not really that bothered about whether trem arms are the right colour. I'm just actually looking here right now. This Casio has black hardware, chrome bar. Ooh. I'm saying this because I know that you can't actually see it because it's black, but the RG140 there has a black arm and a chrome bridge. That's got its original bridge. That's a black arm and a black bridge, and that's a black arm and a Cosmo bridge. So I'm not really that bothered whether it matches or not, as long as it suits in. It'd maybe look wrong if you had like a black trem arm on that strap because there's no other black on it, but the other guitars are all kind of. There's plenty of black on that, so chrome or black, that's fine. To be honest, if one fitted, even if it was gold, I'd probably just accept it. Assuming I had it, if I was buying a new one, I'd buy a black one. Yeah, so we've got the history of the RG, of the Gem and the RG. This was the Steve Vai signature guitar that came out in 1987. The Gem. Not the Gem Junior. The Gem Junior is a more recent thing. Probably 10 years, something like that. So we've got jumbo frets, 24 of them. It's actually got a dot on the first fret, like a fret marker dot on the first, which I think I actually looked at mine. I don't think I've got that either. I mean, no, they don't. But I think it's to do with the. This has got the. I don't think this isn't the full tree of. Maybe it is the full tree of life. The vines going up the neck. That's pretty cool. I think the original one or the expensive one, it's a bit more. Whether there's more of it or whether it's just different coloured bits of abalone or mother of pearl or something. We've got these scoops on the back here. So on like a normal RG, there's just there is a recessed hole which they didn't have in 1986. In 1986, you could only get like one note up bend. You had to basically It's kind of designed to sit flat, that one, to be honest, but I wedged it and got a bit of upbend in it, but not the upbend that these have got. I've not stretched these strings in, and they're 8s, so I've not actually clamped up the thingy, so I'll save any whammy abuse till once I've played it for a bit. How could I have been talking for 8 minutes already? I've not even talked about the guitar. There you go, a long one for you. I get demonetised last night for playing Children of the Grave too well. That would be playing it on the fuzz bass. And everyone was like, there's no point in playing that, you can't hear it because the mic's not picking it up, which I'm sure is true, but it was enough for YouTube to pick it up as a cover. But luckily I didn't put the adverts on anyway because I just get demonetised from it anyway. Last night they gave me a reason. So this has got the original pickups in it, which actually look very similar to the Evos, the Steve Vai pickups are what's in my Paul Gilbert, not the one that's signed by Billy Sheehan. I'm really going for the guitar magazine of the 80s and 90s crew here. So 5-way switch. So, and I've just checked the positions 2 gets your Strat sounds. This is actually the first time I've played more than 1 or 2 notes on it to make sure it worked. I thought there's something wrong with the electrics. It's like the jack socket, because it's new, because it's a bit newer, you have to push it in a wee bit harder to get it to click. But this has got a different, look at the way where the jack socket goes in, it kind of goes in there, which is perfect for, see when you've got it wrapped around your strap. Still fighting over the best place to put a jack socket. That's good because it means you can sit down on the settee, sit in a chair and you're not bashing it. But you can't lean the guitar against the wall because it will sit on the... So where's the best place for a jack socket? And the answer is, but it only looks right on one guitar, and it's... That jack socket's the best. The one that goes in the front of a Strat. I've tried putting the one that goes in the front of a Strat in other guitars. It always looks wrong. Looks right in a Strat though. That's a super invention. That never really been equalled. Just that whole going in the front. I don't mind the sort of going in like that way. The concern I have with that is if you stand on it, or you might snap. Not so much the lead. The lead's only a lead, but you don't want to snap or even the socket. The socket's only a socket. But if it's on a scratch plate, you don't want to snap the scratch plate because, well, it depends which guitar you've got. But that's for something like, see the wee red star at the end there. It's just got like a top mount jack socket, but it's just on the scratch plate. So if you stand in the lead, there's a fair chance it will take a chunk out the scratch plate. And I'll just go on eBay and find myself a 1986, probably the only one that fits, Ibanez Roadster. The only way you're going to get one is to either make it yourself or get someone to make it for you. There's plenty of people you can send them your broken scratch plate in 2 bits and they'll just draw around it and make another one. So I'm not super keen on that way going. And where is it on an RG? It's just on the edge. I'm not really that keen on the edge either, to be honest. That's the one where you can't sit on a comfy chair because the jack socket's there. It's like enough jack sockets. So position 2. Middle position, just a single coil. Wow, these strings are bendy. Position 4. Wow. See, I had to say that the biggest difference between... There's not a huge difference between those two. I can kind of tell with the pickups when I'm playing it. That one's actually got a PGM neck, which is 2mm thicker than a Wizard 2, which I think these both have. The difference between this and these two is it's got bendier strings, so it's got 8s on it, not 9s. That's a bigger difference than the feel and the sound. Feel-wise, the neck's the same dimensions. The edges of the fingerboard are a bit more squarer. These are both 20 years old though, so the more you play it, it kind of wears down. You do get modern guitars that have rolled fingerboard edges, they kind of fake wear to make it feel more used, but I mean, it's 25 years old. There's no fake wear. Your thumb and your finger kind of just basically sands down that rough edge on the edge, so it feels a bit sharp, not sharp, a bit accurate. It's like kind of having it a bit worn. Alright, that'll happen with play though. Oh, I might do a tone war thing. There we go, because these guitars, I mean, I'm the big Japanese guitar freak, totally, obviously. Japanese guitars are, they're better quality. There's not any total super obvious difference between the two. Would I have known had you taped off? Nah. I would have known if you'd taped off the bit that said Gem Junior and taped off the bit that tells you when it's made, because I kind of know that the more expensive ones are very expensive guitars, so it would have more branded stuff on it, and a little bit fancier. But I notice it from playing it. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm also saying that it's got a satin neck instead of a gloss neck, but who's to say that? I mean, maybe they all had gloss necks up until the mid 2000s, and then they went to satin because fashion changed or whatever. So I wouldn't be able to tell from that. But I'm immediately very, very comfortable playing this. It's no issue whatsoever. Like, if we were having a jam, this fictional jam we all have, is that up here? You want to play a song, Malcolm? Oh, you is that up here? And then hand me this. I'd be like, right, we're ready to go. Oh, these strings are a bit bendy. And then I would have no issues after that. I would just have to tell whoever it was that handed me the guitar. And these fucking 8s or something. My God, you weakling, is what I would say. In jest, but they're fine. So let's go for the humbuckers bridge. Neck. It's quite rare. I've talked about Ibanez with this before. It's quite rare to find any of these Ibanez, like any of the not top of the range, I mean, even the top of the range ones. It's very rare to find them with the original pickups in them. And that's because the original pickups are just shit. It's totally not that at all. There is nothing wrong with the pickups that come in any Ibanez guitar. The reason people upgrade to pickups is it's probably, well, apart from the strings are thinner, but you just put 9s on it, it's probably the biggest difference that you could possibly make to the difference between this guitar and those two. I consider those two to be pretty much the same guitar. You know, slight cosmetic differences, but it's pretty much the same guitar. The consistency is really ridiculous. It's obviously all CNC'd and stuff, because this feels, near damn it, identical to both of them. And I mean, it comes to the price thing, I don't think it counts that looking at the neck, oh, it's got a scarf joint. I think they've all got a scarf joint. I think scarf joint is a thing, does that? It doesn't, which is, I think, is a better idea. It doesn't have the 2 bolts there, which those two and that one all have to hold on the clamp. Because let's be honest, the clamp's not really in under any major stresses. You know what I mean? It's like, it's not like it's, you know, you're going to be able to pull it off or anything like that. So having 2 bolts through the thinnest point of the neck, the bit that's most likely to snap, you're probably better off. I mean, it might have, I'd imagine, I think they've got probably got a couple of wee grub, you know, like scratch plate screws holding it on or something like that, or even just a bit of super glue to just hold that in, rather than have the 2 bolts going through, because invariably there's always cracks round about those, because it's a stress point. You know, it's right at the bit, but it's there, so if you drop this, you know, you're obviously going to knock the headstock like that, and that's the bit there where it turns, and that's the bit where it's weakened by having 2 things. So it also feels a bit square there. It's possible they've just upgraded it. No, those are the 2 bolts I'm talking about. No, I don't think it. I mean, being pretty picky here, and this could be, maybe this is a Steve Vai spec, but there, on this one, it's more rounded there than that there. That's a little bit, this contour here, not this one. This one's fine. It's just this one here, it's a little bit squarer. I could not have told you that did I not have this one sitting next to me, though. I mean, these are inconsequential differences. So that's the thing about the Ibanez pickups. There ain't nothing wrong with them, the ones that come in it. I mean, that would have come with possibly even the same pickups that are in this. Might have originally been in that. I bought that, and it had a DiMarzio and one of the Ibanez V7, which is the Prestige pickup. They're excellent pickups, but people rip them out, put Seymour Duncan's or DiMarzios in it, because they can. But I suppose it's one of those things that if a guitar's kind of faultless, you kind of want to make it your own, or, you know, like, improve it just because it's great. So what you want to do is like, oh, I want some individuality. I'll look up and see what pickups everyone puts in it. I'll put that in it. So you'll always find probably the same pickups in most of them. Is it a DiMarzio Fred that's quite common? I don't know. These pickups are actually working really well on the clean channel, and normally humbuckers don't. Right. Okay, I'm missing all the bends because you've got to push these strings further. Bridge! And what I find completely unacceptable is the fact that this tone knob has been off and someone's put it back on again in the wrong way. I like to look down at my tone knob and see that it's at 10, so it's at full, because why would you want it anywhere else? So what I do is I turn the knob up to full, and then I put the knob on with the 10. So when you're looking down, you can see it. So now I'm happy. You can have that mod for free, Ian. Obviously, that doesn't apply to all guitars because they don't always have numbers on them, but for the time it takes, it is good to be able to look down and go, when you sit there and always happens, you plug a guitar and go, something sounds a bit funny, what is it? You look down and you go, the tone control's not at 10, I better turn it up, rather than one of the pedals you've knocked or you've touched the amp or something. See, there's nothing wrong with these pickups whatsoever. Like, they sound fantastic. Mind you, it's like you're not looking at a £100 guitar here. This is I'm assuming they're kind of going for sort of 400 odd. So it's probably a £500 or £600 guitar new. It's quite a classy looking one, being white. I've seen them definitely. You get them in the sort of the very 1987 colours where it's like. I do quite like the desert yellow, but it's desert yellow with a black scratch plate and like, is it pink and green pickups? Which is maybe a little bit too much, but this is it's the kind of almost, I'm pretty sure the Steve Vai, one of his favourite and his most used guitars, not have like, is it Evo scratched into it, but like a penknife, something like that. He's got one very, that is his main, the main guitar he's got. I know he's got his Pias and his Hydras and all that, but the one that you most see him with is this one. And there's something just amazing about white guitars. And now I'll put it out of tune because I've already been on for 25 minutes. How did that happen? This one is very worn, this trem bar. So basically what you want is a plastic straw. And I was lied to. You can still buy plastic straws. I was like, when I was in America, every time we went anywhere, anytime I was just getting a drink, I'm going to get a straw. When I get the straw, I'd be like, when I finished, I'd stick it in my pocket. So I came back with about 20 various sizes of plastic straw, because what you do is you cut a wee bit off the edge of it, just half an inch, put a slit down the side, put it down the inside of that, and then that holds it stiff so it stays there. If it's worn, if it's not worn, it should just stay there. Yeah, I'm finding that, maybe if I tightened up more, I'm finding that pretty unbearable, the fact that it keeps moving. Okay, it's not moving now, here you go. Yeah, okay, it does actually go quite a bit higher. I don't. It's not my guitar. I've just put these strings on it. They're only 8s. I don't want to pull it up to full to see how far it goes in case I snap the strings. I have to buy another set. So that. Even doing that, and that's with these not on. Well, that one. They're kind of on enough so they don't rattle. It's amazing. I've kind of overcome the not worthy of playing these guitars things, not because I think I'm better on the guitar, just because I'm used to it. I mean, I basically didn't play the Paul Gilbert for ages because I just felt I wasn't worthy enough. I can't play fast enough to do Paul Gilbert stuff, and Steve Vai, I kind of play it. I can't. I'm sure I could probably play some riffs from some of it, but I don't know how to play any of the good Steve Vai bits or any of the fancy bits. It's all a little bit technical. Which is kind of, it's kind of bizarre. It's like, it's again. I'm going to end it with this. But the statement that you're making, turning up with this guitar, you know, you are saying, "Hey, I can shred." So it would certainly tend to feel a little bit. Not that it doesn't play the Beatles. You can easily play the Beatles on it, but you'd be tempted to go. That's quite interesting to see your double stops. Hold on. There's that thing I got. A guy had the Strat Plus last week. We said he didn't like the Floyd Rose because he can't do the double. I think it's called double stops. Do you do that thing? I used to find that intolerable. The fact that you can't do that with a Floyd Rose, but you totally can. I think what I've worked out is, see when I'm doing that playing the Chuck Berry. I'm now subconsciously, because these are all very similar, I've got my palm on there. See? So you can kind of hold it still. It doesn't do the... Doesn't do it as much as those two. I wonder if it's because they're old. When you can sort of feel it a bit. When you absolutely hit it as hard as you can and go for the... You can sort of feel it going... Just a wee tiny bit, enough. Once you notice it, you can't unnotice it. You notice it very much if you play one of these and then you play a hardtail and you do the same thing and it's like it doesn't do it. It's got a certain... It's perceivable, but not... It doesn't make any difference in the mix or like that. As long as you're aware of it, it's fine. It does have a wee bit of a... If the trem arm was better fitted, I would do the... See, it does do the flutter. It's just that I'm not wedging a plastic straw into someone else's guitar, because then they'd have to pick it out. I'll put it back to PGM. I'll put it back in with the plastic straw. But okay, I'm still talking and not actually going to. I'm going to do a wee shootout where you actually get to hear a bit more of it when I'm going to shoot out the 3 guitars. Well, they've all got pretty much the same. Okay, not all the same sounds. They've all got 4 sounds the same. No, this one's different. So it's got a humbucker in the middle, but they've all got the four sounds. Positions 1, 2, 4, and 5 are all in the same place on it. So it just, when you're looking at it, what am I going to upgrade the pickups? I could maybe call the video, should I upgrade my gem with the expensive pickups? Because your choice is, well, the ones you're probably, if you're a mad Steve Vai fan, you're going to buy the Evo Steve Vai ones. Or if you want an Invader and a Pearly Gates, then you would have, Seymour Duncans, or I suppose you could put AMGs in it. Wouldn't do that myself. I definitely don't think it does that trill thing, the brrr thing, as much as those two do. That's just a Floyd Rose thing though. But I'm pretty sure I have seen this before when you, in some of the snobby Facebook groups. So I got myself a gem. It's up here amazing. I've always been a Steve Vai fan, and then you get the first comment of, "You should just have bought a real one. Those Indonesian, they're shite. You don't want one of them. They've never played one. This is totally amazing. There is not. I'm going to put it straight up and say, well, these are Japanese ones that are a higher model, so they are better, but they're that much better. You know what I mean? They're not. There's not a huge jump. This is a gem. Straight up. Even if it does say junior. Junior doesn't mean it's a smaller, any difference in size. It's still full scale everywhere. And all that. It's not the PGM micro. Actually, the guy's up here. Oh, your PGM micros up here. I saw one of them. I think you'd buy it. And I was like, up here, all right. You want the short scale one? The short scale. Yours isn't short scale. No, mine's not a micro. Because the one that seems like that. It basically looks the same, but it's only got two humbuckers, but it is a little bit smaller. They are good. I did a demo one. My pal Dave's got one, and it's kind of like a sort of a bluey, grey, silvery colour with the fake F-holes on it. But last point, because this video's already hideously long. I always say the problem, the thing that makes this not the best guitar in the world is it's like a Formula 1 car. Technically, it's fantastic. A little bit lacking in mojo, cool, sexiness, whatever you call it, which something like a Strat has more of. It's a bit clinical. So I think Steve Vai must have noticed that when they were designing it. And he's gone, right, well, put a handle in it. There's some character. Put fancy fretboard things on it, and then let's get the scooped out claw things. I mean, these were not originally spec'd by Vai on his original thing. He got his prototype, it was like, this is great, let's build the guitar. And then he thought of these other things I thought that'd be pretty cool. I think I've seen a video of him talking about it. I just thought, it does mean you can bend the tremolo bar, but it looks cool. And it's like the handle thing, well, that was just, it's basically a joke. Steve Vai put it, it's not a joke, because you can actually hold the guitar like that. You can use it as a handle. But it's a bit silly, isn't it? So that's how he's got round the kind of blandy, middly look vibe that it gives off. Paul Gilbert got round it by putting fake F-holes on it to give it some character. That one I got J-Packs. I got my pal to paint it. It was just black. And it's just when you see them, and all RGs kind of look the same, but it's just like, to make it, at one point they made one with looked like it was made of bricks and all that. It's like, yes, it's a pure amazing guitar, yeah, totally. How are we going to improve it? And it's like, well, it's already got everything's streamlined and worked out and perfect, and it's actually quite a simple guitar. Everything's there. What about a really nice colour? You know what I mean? It's like, that's kind of how you improve an RG is, or make it, just to give it a really cool colour. And it's amazing. Or put a handle in it, or put thing in it. Obviously, I'm going to build a handle in one of my guitars. I don't know which one, and it's going to be fitting my hand, because that's too wee, it's not comfortable. Just for the silliness. Also, I'm going to put a fake F-hole in as well, where I'm going to drill 2 holes. Just going to drill 2 holes like that. Bang, bang, all the way through the guitar, and then join them up with a jigsaw. So it'll be an F-hole, but it's a solid body guitar. The F-hole will just go all the way through to the back. I think that'd be pretty cool. Just basically the same as a handle, apart from F-hole shaped. I maybe do it on the same guitar. Wouldn't be able to do, obviously, both sides. It would just have to be like a thin line. Put it up here. I don't know which guitar I'm going to do that with. I want to try it and see what it does, because I think it'd be pretty cool. I've got my Steve Vai guitar, and you turn up like that. Pure. That's no Steve Vai guitar. Aye, it is. Look, it's got the handle on it, and it's like, yeah. It's a Les Paul, though. Yeah. No, wonderful. Okay, 35 minutes on the Gem Junior. Yes, love it. Excellent guitar. Can't fault it. And saying that, one of my favourite guitars I played, my pal Ian still got it. He paid fuck all for it as well. It's a I can't even remember which RG it is. It's only a couple of years old, but it's a hardtail, white binding, and it might even have a maple neck, but it's got like a sort of glittery green, or is his one purple? There's like sparkly coloured ones, and I think it's only the top. I think it's got binding and then wooden on the back, but that's a really good guitar. I think it's probably actually got the same pickups as this, and it's only got 2 of them. I really like that. I mean, my pal has lots and lots of guitars, and I think that's possibly the cheapest one I've ever seen that he's got, and I think it's my favourite one out of all the ones he's got. You know, it's like, you know, obviously you can do you want this $2.5 Les Paul, or do you want this £200 Ibanez? But I'll take the $2.5 Les Paul. But it's if you know what I mean. If I had to buy it with my own money, I'd be buying it. Yeah, but amazing guitar. If you're a beginner, I wouldn't bother. I just don't get a guitar with a Floyd Rose if you're just starting playing a guitar. Simple as that. I know how to work Floyd Roses. If you struggle putting up a shelf, you know, it's like pure. Can you? I'd actually know someone they bought a guitar and the pickup was hitting the strings, and I was like, "Pure, all right, just there's a wee screw on either side, just tighten them up and it'll lower the pickup." I don't know if I'm able to do that, and it's like, that person don't buy a Floyd Rose, because you know, something like that. You know, obviously this might be news to some people, but the pickup height, there's a screw on either side, so if you tighten those screws in, it pulls the pickup up, and if you loosen them off, it lowers the pickup down. You can always undo everything, but you really need to know or even watch a video on how to set it up. It's not complicated. It's just something you need to know and to have the patience and that ability to work with your hands thing. Otherwise, I wouldn't bother with a Floyd Rose. I struggle a little bit with taking these somewhere, because what happens if, I'm putting it in a gig bag, taking it to the studio, but all the tuners might get bashed and stuff like that. Yeah. You need an Allen key to undo these so you can tune it normally. I have actually taken in that into the studio, and to be totally honest, what I did was I just unbolted them and didn't use, and just, I mean, the trem stays in better than what a Strat does anyway, even without putting these clamps on. It's just that whole thing, once it's clamped up. You do have minor adjustments here, but not huge amounts. Not if, you know, you drop the gig bag and something moved. I'm just always worried about that, and always worried about that going up here. I'm not quite in tune, and because it's floating, temperature difference as well. I mean, that's a terrifying one, especially if you're doing a gig in the winter. So it's like 0 degrees outside, 0 degrees in the car, 0 degrees when you set up, and then when you start doing the gig and you've got the hot lights on you and stuff, and suddenly it's 30 degrees, and then the strings expand and contract and stuff. So the bridge, it's like woohoo, so you need to be able to tune it. And I just hate the idea of being stuck and go, like, I'll just tune the E's just a wee bit out. I'll just tighten up. Oh, and almost there, or it won't go any further, and then you're stuck. So what I would do, I've not done it to either of mine yet. You get like a wee holder thing I used to get in the 80s on cheap guitars, which bolts onto the back of the neck and takes the 2 Allen keys you need. So I'm going to fit them to all my Floyd Rose guitars, just to take away that, that worry. Not that anything's happened. It'd probably be absolutely fine. It'll probably never happen, but I'd hate to be in a situation you try to do a sound check. It's like, anyone got an Allen key? You know what I mean? It's like, all right, no, we don't. All right, talk to the bass player. Hey, Ian, do you want to tune down a bit or up a bit, because I can't move? Get worried about it. Rock on, like and subscribe, and cheers for everyone else who noticed this t-shirt. Actually, I'm pretty sure that's an RG in it. I do have. My dad bought me them for 3 Christmases in a row. It's like choose your weapon. It's got like 4 basses on it, and then it's got 4 guitars in it. And this is a different one where you can never have too many guitars. So this has got a Flying V, a Spanish acoustic, a Strat, and an RG. Fair enough. I suppose it'll cover most of the bases. Rock on. 40 minutes.